Hey everyone, welcome to day 31 in the Secure Marriage video series. Recently I was reminded of the power, actually the toxic power that criticism has in your marriage between a husband and a wife. I sat with a couple and they have had so much criticism in their relationship that every sigh, every turning of the head, every lilt of the head, every nonverbal or verbal comment that came out of either one of them was met with instantaneous defensiveness or attacking or criticism. They had mastered the art of finding fault in each other to a perfection that I haven't seen in a long time. And when I pointed out to them, they were kind enough and responsible enough to recognize, yes, this is a normal thing in our relationship. And so we had a conversation about how impactful and how toxic that is to a relationship. When you have criticism between you and your spouse, all you're doing is basically focusing on the negative things that they do, which actually makes it impossible for you to be open to or receptive to any positive things that they do on a daily basis. It creates what's called confirmation bias. Because you already think that they're wrong, you only see the wrong things that they do, and you start to find wrongness in everything. Wrongness as in driving and he chooses to go one way and you're critical about why he didn't go a different way, or ingredients in a recipe, or which TV show to watch. It becomes so nitpicky because you're already trying to find what's wrong in your spouse. It is one of the most toxic, dangerous, damaging things in a relationship, and it is one of the most repairable. It is one of the things that you can fix the fastest in your relationship if you realize that criticism is actually a choice you make. It's not done by default. It's not done because it's automatic. It's not done because it just happens. You actually choose to do that with your spouse, which is good news because you can actually start to choose to not do that. You can actually learn how to, when your spouse says something, the first step is you actually just say nothing at all. You do not respond. You build in a cushion of about 5 minutes before you respond in any way, because if your only response is negative, then no response is going to be wiser at that point. And then as you get through that, you're going to be able to start to choose different responses where you'll be able to ask questions, not in an interrogation sort of way, but in a genuinely curious sort of way. And then you'll start to be able to be open to seeing positive things in your spouse instead of just the negative and that confirmation bias, which is, again, ruling your life. Criticism is one of the most changeable things in your relationship, and there's a lot of hope, but you first have to recognize it. If you're aware that you have criticism in your relationship, instead of waiting for your spouse to be the first one to change, I challenge you today. You be the first one to change. You approach your spouse tonight and say, I admit that I've been critical. I admit that I have been trying to find fault in you, and I recognize how that contributes to the dysfunction and harm in our relationship. And even if you don't change, I will change. I will act rightly. I will do the right thing, and I will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. When you do that to your spouse, chances are you will create an invitation for them to start participating in that as well, and your relationship will improve within a matter of weeks. That's how powerful it is. When I've seen clients actually apply this and remove the criticism in their life, change happens really quick. It doesn't get them all the way home, but it does get them about 50% of the way there. And if your relationship could be 50% better, I know a lot of people who'd sign up for that. Thanks for watching today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 32, it looks like. All right, bye-bye.